What's going on, YouTube? Drumlion here. Tonight, I wanted to go ahead and do a reaction video to a drummer that I've been following for quite a while, named 66SAMUS. Now, I've been following him all the way from, well, maybe not the very beginning, but I remember when he was working a regular job. I'll just put it like that. So, he went ahead and uploaded a video of basically a Frankenstein electronic kit setup that he did, where he combined two electronic kits together. And I was gonna watch this video on my own anyway, but then I thought to myself, I do this whole YouTube thing now, so why not check the video out with all of you guys, and at the same time I can give my props to Samus too. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out what he's got going on with this. I already know this video is gonna be funny because he's mad entertaining. So let's check this out.
I got this DED 400 kit, and I've also still got the DED 200 kit. Let's see if I can put both these together and make one big drum kit.
Many hours later.
All right, I've got both racks hooked up together, and this actually looks pretty...
Before he even says what I think he's gonna say, that is a clean looking setup. I'm honestly surprised at how well both those kits went together. I don't know what kind of jury rigging he had to do to get it like this, but that's a good look. And even aesthetically, it's kind of funny. The way his toms are set up is almost like how he used to have his acoustic kit set up before he started doing the hybrid kit setup that he's been doing lately. I'm honest, and of course, got two kick drums down there too. Nice. Let's continue.
Badass. 5 toms, 4 cymbals, 2 kicks. Oh, yeah. Now I gotta figure out which module I'm gonna plug all these pads into. My D drum module has 10 inputs, and it looks like the Chode Sauce TD10 has 12 inputs, so I guess we're using the Chode Sauce. And geez, I hope I have 12 cables lying around.
That's a pretty good module. That module's big enough. I mean, look at all the inputs that thing has. Now, I have an electronic kit of my own. It's an Alessi's Command Mesh. And yeah, the module's definitely not that big. But yeah, I'm curious to see what he what he does when he gets this thing going.
12 cables. There we go. And a snare. Oh, yeah. And while I'm doing this, I would also like to give a shout out to AeroZoom for sending me some of their soundproofing foam for my studio. Obviously, I don't need soundproofing for this video since it's all electronic, but I get a lot of echo down here in general, so these are gonna help a lot in the long run. Plus, I have neighbors now.
Yeah, that's a fact. As drummers, one of the biggest things that we have to contend with is the space and the room that we're gonna use to actually drum in. I was fortunate enough to be able to kind of establish an entire bedroom for my drum studio. And the first thing that I did, acoustical treatments on the wall everywhere. I mean, it's a dead room in here. It's not like the room that I saw Chris Turner drumming in. Check out my reaction video to his song Juice to get what I'm talking about with the acoustics of his room versus mine, where I've got deadening material all over the place. And trying to be considerate of our neighbors if we live close to each other. You know, you got to go shake hands and let people know, look, I'm a drummer. I really hope that's okay with you. If it is, I promise I'll only practice during this time and this time. And well, you got to really like take some stuff to the negotiation table sometimes.
Next door, and they have a little kid that goes to bed early, so now I can stuff the entire window that faces their house with foam, and I don't have to worry about pissing them off. Check out their website, aerozoom.com. They have many sizes and styles to choose from, and they gave me a 10% off code just for you guys, AZ-SAMUS.
I paused it. Okay. My timing was good with this. I might have to I might have to get some foam, even though I don't really need any more, but just to support my guy here. They had some pretty cool designs just in that little promo vid that he showed too. So I might have to check that out for sure.
Oh, you know. Uh-oh. And now let's connect the module to my recording interface with a 5-pin MIDI cable. And now we can use Easy Drummer samples. What do I even play first on here?
Good old Easy Drummer. Love it. That sounded really good. And something else about Samus too. It's not just the fact that he's an entertaining guy to watch with his with his quirks and his mannerisms. It's also the fact that, like, as a drummer, he's unusually tight and very smooth too with how he plays. Even at tempos like what he just demonstrated there, he makes it look very, very effortless. Everything just kind of relaxed and flows smoothly, and you can tell he has a lot of control over his minor muscle groups to be able to play at those speeds, but also stay fairly relaxed too. As metal drummers, that is a big hurdle to try to jump over, is to be able to play. I mean, when you're talking about tempos 190, 200 plus, like the drummer for Flesh God Apocalypse playing at 300 BPM, crazy abnormal speeds, it can be real easy to get real tense, and you're trying your hardest to make the movements happen, but the more tense your muscles are, the least likely you are to be able to pull the movements off quickly and accurately. That goes for your hands as well as your feet for the bass drums. So I got to give credit where credit is due for Samus, because he makes it look easy. He makes it look like I could do those things, even though I probably can't.
But a painkiller?
Judas Priest. That really sounds good. I love seeing stuff like this. It's motivational and inspirational. Wow. Also, if I can somehow reach out to Samus, or if maybe I'll be lucky and he'll check out this video or something, I'm curious if, in his experience with electronic kits, has he had any issues with like missed or dropped notes? I know with my Alessis, sometimes a hit won't register, which that can be problematic for playing 16th note patterns and whatnot. If a note gets dropped, you'll catch that. So I wonder if he has any of those issues with Donner, or if that's just an electronic kit issue in general. I'm not really sure. I know with the kit that I got, I had to go with something that was within my price range, and I think I paid close to $700 for my kit. And I know some of them can get ridiculously expensive. I mean, there are electronic kits that go for, double or even triple what an acoustic kit can go for easy. I mean, $4 or $5 grand, sometimes even more than that. So if you're putting that kind of money into an electronic set, you want it to play absolutely flawlessly, 100% of the time, no issues whatsoever. So I'm definitely curious what his technical experiences have been with this kit. So far, I'm really impressed with the sound. I like this. Wow, good transition.
Hey, Rick! I never made a slam dunk before. Thanks for the boost.
Fireball whiskey. Blast sounds really good on this kit. So, what I'm talking about with the blast beats on an acoustic kit, like, well, in general, when you're doing something like a blast beat where it's essentially a 16th note roll on different sound sources, what can happen is you can get like volume differences or velocity differences when you're hitting the drum. One hit might not be quite as hard as the last one that you did. And so it might be hard to catch just listening to it as a whole, but individually, it gives it kind of like I think the term is humanize. At least that's what it's used for, like when you're talking about MIDI notes in that setting. And it makes it sound like, okay, this is played by a human and not a robot or a machine, or this wasn't completely digitally generated audio. But here, the blasts sound human. It doesn't, like, even though these are technically MIDI notes that are coming, because these are triggered samples. That's what an electronic kit does. Every time you strike a pad, it'll generate a sound of some sort. And it just so happens that the sound that is generated is a MIDI note that sounds like a snare drum. But it sounds human, and it sounds good. I'm honestly impressed. And I also wonder if the cymbals, because some electronic kit cymbals, they have choke zones. So it'll be like a spot on the cymbal where if you actually like grab it with your hand, it'll mute the cymbal. Just like if you're doing a cymbal choke on a real cymbal. Some kits even decide to get really fancy, and with the ride cymbal, it'll even have a bell zone. Like on the ride, you got the bell right here. And some of those electronic kit cymbals, you actually hit that and you get a totally different sound. It doesn't look like there's a bell zone on this particular kit, but I am curious about the choke zone thing.
Linear fills?
Even though that was a linear fill, that sounded cool. Let's see, where are we at? 4 minutes in. If that riff is from an actual song, somebody tell me in the comments what song that riff is from, because that goes hard right there. I like that. Or if it was a loop or something like that. Either way, somebody let me know, because I like that. And he makes those quad fills look easy. Got some triplet action going on. Good with those transitions. Jeez. I'm glad that he's doing this, because this is exactly what you'll do. As soon as you get a new piece of gear like this, the first thing you do, you just play whatever the hell comes to mind. It doesn't matter what it is. You just play. Just play. And sometimes, like, when you're doing that, you forget, like, let's see if I can explain this. You kind of forget what's around you. Like, if you're like, let me see what this sounds like just really quick. And you tell yourself before you start just a couple seconds just to kind of hear, but next thing you know, like 10 minutes have gone by and you're still like messing around with it. And next thing you know, you're late for work, or you had something you were supposed to do on the other side of the house. And, it's like, oops, I completely forgot. Wasn't thinking about it. That riff sounds good too. I feel like I'm stopping the video too much, but I can't help it. He keeps doing things that I want to talk about. So that technique that he was doing, and most of you probably already know, that technique he was doing on the kicks, it's called the heel toe technique. It's kind of like a slapping motion, and basically you're causing the beater to slap the batter head twice. If you coordinate that between both feet at different times, you'll get just an even type deal. And it's how a lot of drummers play at insanely high tempos, like what sounds like a 16th note roll, and it sounds like a machine gun going off. Again, I keep thinking of Flesh God Apocalypse, or the first band that comes to mind when I think of like insanely fast playing. I don't even know if the drummer for that band uses heel toe or not. I'll have to go back and check his videos. But in any case, it's kind of a little bit of a drumming trick to be able to do that. Although I can explain it, I still can't seem to get the technique down. Everything I do on the kit is all single strokes. Heel up. I have a little bit of swivel on my playing, not much, but heel toe, for some reason, it always eludes me. Maybe one day I'll actually like really sit down behind the kit for hours and just really just try to work on the technique until I get it figured out.
Okay,
Nice touch.
now that was a lot of fun. See you next week. Well, you guys.
And that's it. Just ends the video. So, in any case, I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. Leave your thoughts in the comments. You know, any drummers that you want me to check out, songs you want me to check out, do reactions to, ideas for covers. I'm open to all of that right now. I'm a fairly newer channel. My channel's only been around for a couple of weeks, so I'm definitely always looking out for any ideas, suggestions, constructive criticisms, you know, to help me improve and to be able to provide, you know, at least good quality entertainment for the ones that, you know, want to support me and check out what I got going on. So again, I appreciate everybody for checking out this video. Samus, thank you for being you, and thank you for inspiring me to do the YouTube thing, to drum on YouTube, and I appreciate you for it. I'll be checking out more of your content as usual. And yeah, till next time.